It's time for the center stage face-off for tonight. Why did Gujarat Home Minister Amit Shah avoid the CBI? Joining us on the show this evening, his lawyer Mahesh Jetmalani, member of the BJP, also a senior lawyer. With us also Manishankar Iyer of the Congress Party. With me in the studio, headlines today's political editor Javed Ansari. Mr. Jetmalani, I start with you. It seems that Mr. Amit Shah is running scared of the CBI. If he has a strong defense, why doesn't he come out, answer the questions that the CBI has for him and prove to the entire nation that he's got no reason to hide and run?
You know, you're loading these questions. I think you ought to be fair to somebody who's a subject matter of an investigation. The fact of the matter is, he was given, the CBI has been in charge of this investigation for 6 months. They have to close their report as per the Supreme Court's order by this week, the week starting 26th. Now, at the fag end of that, because they have to comply with certain deadlines, suddenly on the eve of a parliamentary session, you give a man a notice at 11:30 asking him to come at 1 o'clock. He's entitled to ask for time. Then, instead of giving him reasonable time, you give him time for the next day, telling him to come the very next day. This kind of urgency in this matter has been contrary to the entire track record in the past. So it does create some doubts about the bona fides of the investigation. And as far as his innocence is concerned, I'm quite happy to debate the facts of the case, the evidence that the CBI has with you, to tell you if you want to debate it on the television channel. I am quite open to that suggestion because I can deal with all the allegations which the CBI claims, or at least the press claims to have had. And finally, let me tell you one thing, that I am sure that Mr. Amit Shah would have kept his date today had it not been for the fact that we have very reliable information that notwithstanding the fact that he was summoned only for interrogation, the CBI had already made up its mind to arrest him. Now, with that apprehension in his mind, he was entitled to take recourse to a court of law and seek anticipatory bail, which he did. So to say that somebody who avails of a remedy available to him in law, i.e. anticipatory bail, is running from the CBI, then any accused availing of the same facility should be identically so designated.
The bona fides of the CBI are being questioned. You're saying the timing is highly suspicious as it comes just the last working day before the new session of Parliament begins, Mr. Iyer. It seems this is the Congress Bureau of Investigation. That's the charge the BJP is levelling, and the fashion in which the CBI has acted is only adding to that perception that they're acting on the behest of their political masters. This is a political encounter, not so much about the fake encounter any longer, sir.
You know, Amit Shah can run, but he can't hide. The arm of the law is very long, and however much Mr. Mahesh Jetmalani might attempt to deflect it, at the end of the day, justice is going to prevail. And in that process, Mr. Mahesh Jetmalani can use all his forensic skills to protect his client. The client is entitled to a lawyer, and the Jetmalani's father and son are notorious for making their services available to a lot of very dodgy characters, including Mr. Amit Shah. But if Mr. Mahesh Jetmalani is prepared to debate all these issues on television, why doesn't he go and debate it in front of the CBI? I'm not going to level any charges. The investigation is being run by the CBI. And while it's very, very clever of Jetmalani's friends to describe it as the Congress Bureau of Investigation, the fact of the matter is that under the constitution of the country and the law of the land, if you get a summons from the CBI, you're supposed to turn up, especially if you're innocent. So nobody is suggesting that if you're called before the CBI, it implies anything more than a prima facie requirement to question you. And as regards being arrested, well, so many innocent people are arrested and let off when they're discovered that they're not guilty. In the instant case, I see no reason why Mr. Amit Shah cannot hand himself over to police custody if that custody is sought. For he always has recourse to the courts of the law. So I do not believe that any of this is bona fide. All of this is a manifestation of either guilt or an apprehension of guilt. And in those terms, I think Mr. Amit Shah and his lawyer, Mr. Jethmalani, are doing each other a great disservice. I wish to inform the audience here that if ever I want a lawyer, I'm not going to go to somebody who advises his client as badly as Mahesh Jethmalani is doing in this case.